We're talking to Eliza Dushku, talking about Batman Year One. They're cheering for you. They know that you're here.
Okay, go on.
So you play Catwoman. Now, how did this come about?
I got asked, and I was so honored. I mean, this is just legendary, iconic, Batman, Catwoman, insanity. And I love the other actors that were involved. I loved Andrea. Working with her was such a learning experience, and I feel like I could follow that woman some more and really, really hone my voiceover abilities, because she, when you're doing voiceover, especially with something that's so beloved, there's a fine line of like taking them of having the material sound cliche or cheesy, or even cheesy even.
Sure.
But I think that it just she really had such a vision and such a distinct ear for the humanity and the entire story, and I'm really proud of it. I love it.
Now, what kind of a mentality did you have to get into to play Catwoman? I mean, this is you get the sexy / evil / good, like it's all over the place, right? It's got to be very difficult to kind of walk that fine line, you know what I mean?
Not that far off from some of the other, bad little honeys that I've played.
Sure.
But I think the cool thing is a lot of these empowered and bad girls that I play, it's not black and white, and I love that in Batman Year One is when we're introduced to Selina, and so you get a bit of that. It's not just good and evil. There are so many layers, and there's deep-rooted pain and resentment towards the males in society, and economics and betrayal. I mean, there's so much to her that I think that people are always surprised when they find themselves rooting for somebody that can be on the surface so one thing and something maybe distasteful, and yet they have this profound love and admiration for them.
Definitely. Now, working with Joss, you've obviously been in the kind of the nerd world for a while. This is your kind of your first.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah, good. That's awesome. What kind of a nerd are you? I have to ask.
Is there a book?
Well, there's Star Wars nerd, superhero nerd. I mean, just overall nerd. Is that what you would say?
I'm a nerd for nerds.
A nerd for nerds.
I'm a nerd for nerds.
I like that. I like that.
I mean, I grew up playing Dungeons and Dragons with my brother, but they would always kill me off. They would create a character for me. I'd roll the dice once. They'd be like, "You're dead." But we grew up watching Star Wars action figures, comic books, and just the whole world of it.
So now that you've kind of inundated yourself in the DC universe, is there kind of one character that you've always Catwoman's kind of up there, but is there one character you've always really wanted to play? Like, I'd really love to play a Wonder Woman. I'd really love to play anything like that.
I've never been asked that.
Really? I'm sure you've never been asked. It's one of those open-ended questions no one ever asks.
Wonder Woman.
I know, it's so weird, right?
Honestly, I've never really sat and gone I'm dying to play. I mean, for a minute there, and I think I was on Howard Stern, so I can't say that I never said that I wanted to play Black Widow. But, it's just, I think that it's everyone's dream in some way to strap on the costume and play a superhero.
Yeah.
But when it's right, it's right. And
Absolutely.
I feel like I wasn't able to play her in the live action, but it's kind of the next best thing. And
Absolutely.
I hope she keep doing more of this, and who knows?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, what are you working on right now? You just finished Year One a little while ago, and the Catwoman short. What are you working on next?
We are producing our Robert Mapplethorpe film. We've been working on it for a few years now, but we should be in production this year. We're developing, optioning material. We're making movies from the other side.
Very cool.
We have our producer hats on, and Joss Whedon was a big part of facilitating and helping me learn and grow as a producer on Dollhouse. And I'm kind of a type A, control freak personality, so it's really good for a producer.
That's good. You need to be.
There are just stories that I want to tell and that I want to share, and I want to create the team behind it.
Well, Eliza, thank you so much. You're eating cookie.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
I didn't offer you any, but it's kind of crummy now.
It's all good. It's all you. Finish it off. Thank you so much.